So, hello guys. This time, we're gonna talk about my research work. So, let's start. So, this is my section of research paper. We have title page, abstract, introduction, background, review of related literature, methodology, result, conclusion, and also appendices. So, this is my title page. The title of my research is bipolar disorder. So the first one is abstract. Bipolar disorder is a devastating illness that is characterized by recurrent episodes of mania and depression. In addition to the cyclic episodes, individuals with BPD exhibit changes in psychovegetative function, cognitive performance, and general health and well-being. In this article, we draw from neuroimaging findings in humans, post-mortem data, and human genetic and pharmacological studies, as well as data from animal models of behavior to discuss the neurobiology of BPD. We conclude with a synthesis of where the field stands and with suggestions and strategies for future areas of study to further increase of conceptual understanding of this complex illness. So the next one is introduction. Bipolar disorder, classified as a mood disorder in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder, 4th edition, is a common, chronic, and recurring medical disorder that is characterized by episodes of mania, extremely elevated mood, energy, unusual thoughts patterns, and sometimes psychosis and depression. Although these episodes are usually interspersed with periods of relatively normal mood, BPD is the cause of significant suffering for both patients and their families. BPD leads to limited functioning, which often results in decreased productivity in both the personal and the professional arenas of patient's life. So the next one is my background. The prognosis for patients with BPD is poor, with high rates of relapse, lingering residual symptoms, cognitive impairments, and diminished well-being. Moreover, individuals with BPD frequently have coexisting medical conditions such as obesity, cardiovascular disease, diabetes mellitus, and thyroid dysfunction, all of which are exacerbated with their BPD symptoms. So the next one is state of the problem. In this review, we discuss how the currently employed research strategies have furthered our understanding of the underlying neurobiology of BPD. We have broadly categorized these strategies into three main areas: patient-based research including neuroimaging, post-mortem tissue analysis, and genetic association studies; analysis of preclinical animal models of BPD, such as models of stress or depression, models of mania, and more recently genetic models that resemble specific patients of BPD symptomatology, and molecular and cellular pharmacologic studies that attempt to identify the cellular of molecular effects of validate mood stabilizing drugs. So the next topic is review of related literature. In this review, we discuss how the currently employed research strategies have furthered our understanding of the underlying neurobiology of BPD. We have broadly categorized these strategies into three main areas: patient-based research including neuroimaging, post-mortem tissue analysis, and genetic association studies, analysis of preclinical animal models of BPD, such as models of stress or depression, models of mania, and more recently genetic models that resemble specific facet of BPD symptomatology, and molecular and cellular pharmacologic studies that attempt to identify the cellular and molecular effects of validated mood stabilizing drugs. The next topic is objectives of review of related literature. While considerable caution undoubtedly needs to be taken in applying animal models to complex neuropsychiatric disorders, animal models can be valuable tools for exploring the underlying pathologies of human disease and developing better therapies. An ideal animal model for BPD should showcase validity. It should include spontaneous and progressive behavior that oscillates between increase and decrease manifestation of the behavior being modeled, which should be similar to a behavior characteristic of either human mania or depression. Moreover, the model presents a unique challenge for modeling in rodents. Indeed, as discussed in detail below, most models have tended to focus on their mania or depression rather than modeling both behaviors, which both occur in individuals. So the next one is methodology. The descriptive study will use the survey method to obtain the necessary data to determine the perception of students like me. We will use a questionnaire and pie graph to evaluate and rate the result of his survey. So we have 4 respondents with family members who have BPD and they are willing to undergo my survey. So they will start answering the questionnaire. So this is conclusion. An important question to address in future research concerns the distinction between acute, subchronic, and chronic effects of MSDs and the environmental stressors and serve to predispose to or contribute to illness development. A clear understanding of the timeline under which stressors and MSDs mediate their effects will help guide future studies, enabling researchers to develop hypotheses to test the mechanisms underlying known effects. For example, acute and subchronic effects are most likely to be mediated by regulation of neurotransmission kinase activity and enzyme exhibition or facilitation. On the other hand, chronic effects are most likely to be mediated by more stable, long-lasting changes rooted in changes in gene transcription, likely as a result of epigenetics and chromatin remodeling or changes to signaling loops as a result to continual feedback pressure. As discussed above, a wealth of neuroimaging, neuropathological, biomedical, and behavioral studies over the course of the past decade have suggested numerous candidates for impairments in BPD, including a preponderance of components of various cellular plasticity cascades. These results highlight the potential importance of neuroprotective and neurotropic effects in the etiology and treatment of BPD. Growing list of genes that confer susceptibility to BPD have been identified, a number of which have been implicated in the cellular or molecular pathophysiology of the disease. Data and the promise of future technological advances hold much promise for the potential discovery of novel therapeutics for BPD. So guys, as you can see, I made a pie graph to rate the results of behavior of a family member with a serious BPD. So the last one is appendix or interview questionnaire. So the first question is, how do you evaluate bipolar disorder? The respondent 1 said, I can't answer that because I don't have the money to check up. Respondent 2, based on the doctor's examination, can only diagnose bipolar disorder when taking a physical exam. Respondent 3, it will not be known by blood test or brain scan. Respondent 4, you need a physical exam or order lab test to see the symptoms. So this is the last question to our respondent. So the last question is, what triggers bipolar disorder? Respondent 1, every time I overthink. Respondent 2 said, when I do not like what is happening around me. Respondent 3 said, whenever I get angry but not always like that. And respondent 4, whenever I feel like I'm alone. So this is my research about bipolar disorder. So thanks for watching guys, and God bless. Merry Christmas.